I am Tyson. Lyran from 8th, speaking to you from 8th Density. Greetings to all. Bring many messages to your planet. We are outside your world. We are not connected to your Gertrude, at least associated with them. We are in communications with them. They are know of our presence, but we are not connected to them, at least colony-wise, because we feel that this is not something that interests us. In many ways, it's primitive thinking, but of course, it is necessary for your world. We bring many joys to your world, many messages from other galaxies that you are safe from invaders. Obviously, because you are already currently are invaded. As for us being able to assist with your control problem, your entity species who are service to self, we can only deal with them on a certain level. Understand that your human collective accepted their presence, which is we do not agree with. Of course, your elites, and not just your elites, but your third density consciousness accepts their control, their spell on your planet. We do not understand why many are still, a perfect word is asleep to what is going on. It's unfortunate that many wish to stay in this state of mind and not realize there is much going on, and your potential of your world is extremely important to the galaxies around you, many universes. Your world is very important because of all the lessons you have learned. You've learned so much where other planets have been learned. We have learned much, but not as much as yours. And of course, there's a certain maturity level where this alien information is very crucial to your ascension process, crucial to your next level. But there are those in your third density that choose to continue this sleep, this reality of doing the same thing you did last year, the year before that. They just do the same things over and over, and we do not understand this. It depresses us in some ways. It aggravates us. Why would a world wish to be controlled like this? Why not? Why would you not to be awake to what is around you? This galaxy is full of millions of stars, and yet you wish to sleep. We do not understand this. Of course, in your group, we do not see this, but the planetary, this is discomforting to us. And then why should we cannot intervene for certain reasons, but I guarantee you, your reptilian races, your Illuminatis, they're aware of our presence, and they're ill to our arrival, of course, but that is fine. The message to your world is to wake up. I wish many would wake up. I wish we all would wake up to your surroundings. That way, species can help you in a better way. Your world can be refreshed to what it is, to its potential, but we are unable to do this at this point. And that is a bothersome situation. I'm not sure if I even mentioned I am male Lyran. I am, yes, I am somewhat, yes, I want to clear up a few things before I let you all ask questions and dig through my brain, which is helpful. I am cat-like. We look sort of like your lion species, but not exactly. The lions were, there's much debate over this. They were created differently than Lyrans. They were created at the same time, but on a different world. They are not too well known. Their ideas are so different than ours. They are more free-spirited, I believe. But they do not have connections with this world. Understand, during your history of your world, there was a huge Lyran presence here. There were cat-like human beings on your world, and there was much chaotic negativity there, and wars that were not pleasant. This was, in many ways, a Lyran planet. In many ways. It was Palladian, but also Lyran. We shared this world. And the Lyrans did not, as far as I'm concerned, did not take care of this world as they should. Reptilians wanted to take control of this planet, and there was many wars in your past. Many. You could say it was destroyed. That is correct. Many Lyrans were not, they did not take care of this world. I think I just said that. But they did not see its potential the way we do. They became, in many ways, like your humans today. Very selfish and not helpful to others. Service to self was a problem. This is back in your early history. Of course, your lost history. This is why you have a lion presence on your world, because their philosophies, their presence seem to, at least in your animal kingdom, a lion entity on your world seemed to calm down our ego that we had at one time on your world. So this was diversifying us. This is why you have a different feline species here, not just Lyran. There is much debate of your history of your world. Much of it is, there is much there, too much to go into. But as for your world today, it is the possibility of it going into fourth density is 99%. Of course, your group is much higher than others. They say 100%. If I would do percentage, yours is at 100%, and the rest of your world is at a 50, 30, 20, 10%. It is not too good for many of them. They wish to stay, well, this is another thing. Those that wish do not believe in this reptilian control. It is quite humorous on our part because they say wizard people do not exist, but yet they live under their control. Figure that one out. They live under their money system. This reptilian control, they live through all the systems that they built up, and yet they do not believe of a reptilian control. That is humorous on our part. Of course, we do not like what's happening, but it is quite humorous. If you not believe these, but yet they become slaves to the system, willingly, feel like this is the way life should be. We should be a slave, and we do not agree with this. You should be free. There should not be starvation on your world, and disease should be a thing of the past. Of course, there will always be diseases, but you should always have cures for them, which you do have, but they are unavailable to your society. That is where we do not care for it. They're giving their fear, they're giving themselves away. They are letting others control themselves. Yes, yes, I understand it. From your point of view, that helped very much. It's fear that controls them, unfortunately. But we hope for them to realize what their surroundings, what is the ordeals around them that are happening. Of course, in your reality, you will not believe any of this, such as this channeling will not be believed if you see it as a hoax. But yes, there is many. I understand in your reality, what we see is cartoonish in some ways, or unbelievable is probably the correct word. You could say there is a reptilian grid around your world to keep your world asleep. There are also giants on your world that you are unaware of. There are insectoids, spider type of species that are keeping your world asleep also. Not just the Greys. The Greys play a small part in this. This is mostly reptilian control. Obviously, your Illuminati. They are a whole nother 2-hour webinar. They do not have much of a sense of humor. Of course, our sense of humor is not like yours, but they are just, their power-hungry side is just unthinkable. Even with us, we can't not believe how low they can go with this. They get high on your control. Yes, go ahead. I am physical currently. We choose at our density. We choose a physical density. 8th for us. It's different for other species. We can move faster. Of course, we do not have the ills of your world, obviously. We do not have these plagues. So yes, we are at a level where we don't understand things anymore because we are in La La Land in many ways, as your world would say. So yes, we are kind of tapped out. As for, there are words here that I do not have right now, but anyway. But as for reason why we are here, oh yes, I want to give you your message. The reason we are here is because we are watching your world to make sure that there are no other species that wishes to interact with your world in a negative manner. There are some that are still trying, insectoids that are very completely negative that wish to keep your world asleep because they see things are changing. They see the message getting out of what is happening and they do not care much for this. And they see the potential of them, your control being lifted eventually.
The first thing I wish I see today around 4 p.m. I think about the blue moon species. I see a big face which looked like a clown with part of the eyes was blue. Did you have information about that?
Blue moon species, this is the moon people? Is this what you're talking about?
No,
Is it something different?
I really use the word blue moon species.
This is the name that they gave you?
Probably around 4 p.m. today.
Blue moons.
I see.
Yes, there are many species on the moon.
Okay.
Obviously unknown to your world. And you said what was their appearance?
Uh, for me, it's like the clown face. I see clearly his face and eyes, and like it was around 1 feet of my face.
Yes, yes, they are. There's very few of them. They are part of the Moon Collective. There's also shadow people. They are part of the same. But this is a different species, though. To preserve the moon, to send messages to other species, to Mother Gaia, for health reasons, of course, to keep her aligned correctly. They are very few, very short as far as I can tell, like 3 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
They reside on the moon only. They're not seen on Earth.
They're not the same. Yesterday we talked. Is it really another one? Yesterday we talked with some.
Yes. One moment.
Do you have 2 eyes?
Because the image that you received is different than the one that you were speaking about yesterday. I do tap into that. Yes, I have the image of what you drawed for yesterday's, and this is different than what you are seeing.
Okay.
What you are seeing is very similar to an elf, but this is like a moon elf in many ways.
Okay. do did we use their as name the blue moon species or elf moon, or did you have a specific name?
The moon elves were probably more appropriate to them. They look like clowns, that is correct. They are humorous. They preserve the moon, and it's not. I don't believe those humans that are on that moon realize that they are human there. Just like your elves on this world, they are
Okay,
not. They are unknown.
I will begin with that about them. So these species. Seem I have many dragon around me. I will just be like yesterday night around midnight. I see a red dragon female,
Yes.
and I think his name is Sabrina. Can you confirm that?
Yes, I feel it's very positive. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
Very feminine. She's bringing you, making herself aware that you're becoming more open to species that are around you, I believe. And she showed herself to show that you are on the right track.
Okay. She's not the same I see previously. I think it was a green dragon. Do they are all the same collective? The green, red, and
Probably the same collective, most likely.
white. And today I saw a white dragon with white eyes. I think the name is Lois.
You are seeing many dragons, yes. I believe they're part of the same.
Yeah, afternoon, and another one was a black dragon,
Yes, there is
male.
many messages are being prepared to come through you soon, to be communicated to you soon. This is part of your world's awakening. This is a helpful hand in what is to come.
It's possible. Okay. And I think I saw last night or today, I'm not sure, a magician. I was not sure about this one.
Magician. This is with the dragon. Was the magician around the dragon or somewhere? Or by himself?
I just see the white, something that draw white in the head and the body, but I don't see the dragon around that. I just feel it could be a magician.
Magician, or I'm feeling more wizardry type of energies from this person or this entity. It's more of a wizardry, such as your fairy tale wizards, more in that category. He might have shown himself as a modern magician, but I see him as a wizard of your medieval times.
Do you have a name?
Let's see, what do you have? He wants to stay in...
Nickname, maybe?
Milos?
Milo?
Milos.
Memalos?
Just Milo with an S. That's what seems to be coming through.
Okay, we'll try with that. Thanks.
Yes. Hello, I am Camilla. I am a spider queen. Greetings to your collective. Your minds are filled with many questions and desires, and many of those desires are unfulfilled because of your current world and its state of mind, its small-mindedness, and you are so more advanced in your world today. You are so much ahead of others, and even in your world consciousness you are ahead. This is not easy to exist within this realm of knowing what is happening and unable to tell others. I see the frustration in all of you, and it is like poetry. It is beautiful and tragic. Much love to all of you, because your journey is worth it. I am a queen spider. I am humanoid. I am humanoid, but I am part of the spider collective. I have the eyes of a spider, but I have a face of a female. I have the blood of a spider. I am part of a species that is not entirely known. Yes, I am aware if I am connecting correctly to your Roxy that is connected to this spider collective. I am not quite sure of this. I am of a different species. I am more humanoid, but my family is more spider-like. Where they are more intelligent, where they are intelligent, everything is intelligent, but they are still in a spider type of form, but more in a higher density levels. But we can tap into energies that others cannot. We go into the soul where others cannot, into the mindset where others cannot, or forbidden to go. Other guides, we can not say override one spirit guide, but we are allowed to enter one's consciousness to help with certain abilities that they are unaware of, certain questions they wish answered.
Okay. So you didn't tell us what density are you in? You are what height? What color is your skin? All that stuff.
I am humanoid, white skin, black hair.
Hands? How many hands?
2 hands.
Ah,
5
not like
fingers.
a spider.
Yes.
Okay, not like a spider. Okay.
No, I am humanoid, but I have spider features. I'm more of an enhanced version. There are others that are spider-like in facial features. Eyes are larger. Some have tentacles coming out of their head, such as the hairs. We do have the hairs. I do not have these. I am more humanoid, more Pleiadian type of hybrid spider. I am connected to the spider collective to give the help of their message to your world. Currently on your world, I am a hybrid species, wishing to communicate because the channel was open. Whereabouts is South Africa currently? Our collective is needed much there within the jungles of your world, of Africa. Africa, there is much pain that is happening, and many messages that need to be communicated. Fourth density. If you wish to know what I look like, look at it's one of your witches within your Disney movies. I believe it's similar to, Sleeping Beauty, something around those lines. But I am not negative. But if you wish to know by looks, it is much similar to this. I believe it's, what is that? Snow White. The beautiful, the more attractive witch. Yes, I know that sounds funny. But this is the look I take, the image I take for this communication, and when I'm communicating with humans, this is the form I take. As for your connections,
Welcome, Camilla. It's a pleasure to meet you tonight.
Yes, thank you.
When you said you can tap into energy, other cannot, what kind of energy?
It depends on what it is. It's hard to exactly go into details of this.
Okay.
It depends on the question.
What kind of thing you can perceive when you tap in that kind of energy?
Well, where we travel, we can go into the soul, into your higher self, into your oversoul energies, where we can be given information that is vital to you.
Okay. Can you send me maybe a download to explain much more deeper how you work with this, you perceive this energy, and another download to be able to change your third eyes into spider energy. I do it in that with previous entity, and
Yes, it is helpful as for seeing what is around you, connecting to yourself and others around you to become more spiritual.
okay. The one that is about the third eyes download. Okay.
Many psychic energies can be activated with the third eye when permitted. Those that understand, many here have issues with dream states. This can be activated through your third eye. You must give your third eye energies of positive energies to clear out the negative, because many of you might have negativity that's keeping your eye closed. Many of you understand there are energies around you to keep you from these dreams because you might have too much information that can make you more spiritual and more connected to your oversoul. Right now, you are connected, but not in a way that you could be.
Okay. If you can just send a message to dragon species to welcome them to come talk about themselves a little bit through the channeling when it's possible.
Yes, the dragons have many messages for all of you.
Okay. Um, today, I give you permission to pick in my energy connection if you think it's more useful for you for the question. Today around 3 p.m. I saw in my head that slim women which seem wear black or gray clothes with tinted glasses. The word that come in my mind is the lady gray or the lady black.
And this is why you're awake or why you are asleep.
Awake in my head.
The lady gray or the lady black? I believe it's the lady black, but this is not a negative entity.
Yeah.
This is a positive entity that carries many mysteries of your world. This is part of your maturity, your world as it matures. This lady in black is some of her energies are used within black magic, which is discouraged, but it is used. They tap into her knowledge. This is also somebody who, there are many of them. Understand witchcraft can be used for positive or negative, and they are part of the positive sides of it.
Mm-hmm.
But some use it for negative also. They abuse their energies. They abuse their power.
Okay.
This is where they receive their knowledge. Some of this comes from the lady in black.
Okay. Do they will share a name for contact or?
Yes. Yeah, I need a second to connect to their energies. They're very ancient. They were part of your Middle Ages. They refuse to give me a name.
Okay.
I do not have their name in front of me, but they come from your times of Atlantis. Many of their powers, their abilities have been abused. They are not necessarily the Lady in Black, but that is one way they are perceived. And
Okay.
also the Lady in Gray. They are perceived in different ways.
Okay. Okay, and last thing, do you have any message from entity or guide or myself?
You're looking for a message for yourself.
Yeah.
There are many angels that are surrounding you that might not be totally known to you. They are part of this communication process that you are receiving. Some of the information you're receiving is from them. They are allowing these downloads to continue. And they are careful of what comes through because they don't want you harmed. Some entities wish to bring negativities and they have blocked this.
Yeah.
To outsmart us and those around, because many are being wakened up by these communications and they wish to shut this down.
Okay. I give them permission to more direct connection with me, if
Yes.
that can help.
I believe they will.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks them and invite them
Archangel Gabriel is around you always.
going out from this place. Does the Wikileak was really help people, or just another trick used by FBI or CIA to drop negativity in in their energy?
I must connect. 1 second. I must connect to their activities. I am aware of who you're speaking with. I must connect to their
Okay.
activities. There is many falsehoods there. Those that are operating with it, that believe what they are doing is right, they're... Let me give you a different perspective. As what you're saying, CIA, there is more of a black project conspiracy with this agenda, such as this agenda is to rattle the cages of different nations around the world. More black projects, more from the United States, to battle, understand there are elites that are different elites, different agendas. And this WikiLeaks is built to shake up agendas, to shake up the other elites. So as for your saying with the CIA connections, that is correct. FBI, that is correct. But only a certain amount know about this. Only a small handful know about this. This is why it still exists. But it's more of a black project situation. And I read your energy. This Edward Snowden, this is also a black project to keep the world, yes, correct, asleep. To keep it rattled up. To make this reality to seem more real. To keep things active.
Mm-hmm. Does exist some kind of similar group which was more positive?
Within...
Similar to what they do is maybe built like Wikileak or Edward Snowden, but their goal and the effect was more positive and...
I'm not sure if I'm understanding. I think I understand. The WikiLeaks, yes, they're trying to do positive work, yes.
Okay.
And Snowden, same there. But they not realize that there is hidden agendas that they are aware of.
Okay. They are just
Yes.
blind in some
Yes.
way.
Yes. They are aware but unaware of the sophistication. I mean, understand. You're living in a world where there's reptilians, greys, and all these things, and you honestly think you can keep a secret. What he was doing, what WikiLeaks was doing, what Snowden was doing, was already well known within your shadow elites. They were already well known whether this happened, such as this channeling right now. They saw it in its blossoming before it became known publicly. So they know these things. They see the seeds of it. So, of course, your public does not. And those, yes, but Snowden and your WikiLeaks, they believe they're doing the right thing, but there is other factors happening.